Hi, and welcome to the December 2024 Nanaimo Real Estate Market Update. I'm John Cooper with John Cooper and Associates. Let's jump into the data, starting with single-family detached homes. We've seen a 14% increase in supply and a 3% reduction in demand, with the average price up just over 3% 12 months to date to $841,000. It's taking about 6% longer to sell a home in 2024 compared to this time last year, about 38 days. Now, some trends for you to watch out for on the single family front. There's big differences in the amount of time it's taking to sell a home, depending on whether you're under $800,000 or over $1 million. Okay, homes under $800,000 generally selling in less than 30 days. Homes in that $1 million plus range can take upwards of 60 days to sell. This increase in supply, reduction in demand, the hardest hit asset category is in that $900K to 1.3 range. Okay, under $800,000, still seeing high liquidity because of affordability. When we get over $1.5 million, we're generally dealing with buyers that aren't accessing the capital markets, and they're not as impacted by these interest rates that we're dealing with. So it's that middle of the road 900 to 1.3 range that's seeing the most dramatic reduction in demand. Now, shifting over to condos, as we've ridden out the different seasonal differentials, we've seen that it's actually really similar to single family homes right now, with supply on condos up 13%. Demand is actually up 3%. Okay, single family detached down 3%. Condo demand is actually up 3% 12 months to date, which is sort of against the popular opinion that we're hearing out there right now. Average price is even up 2%. We've seen a 2% increase in the average condo price, which puts it at $447,000. Okay, days to sell, those where we've seen a bit of a dramatic increase, 26% increase in the amount of time it's taken to sell a condo in 2024 compared to 2023, coming in at 48 days. So what are some considerations on this condo data? Really, what we're seeing is affordability driving demand. Okay, with an average single family detached getting close to $900,000, for a lot of single people or couples, they're really looking at condos as their home ownership options. And so that's what we're seeing, affordability driving demand increase. And we're also seeing the increased days on market is really coming from a lot of tenancy complications. Some of these changes that the government has done to protect tenants have really made it harder for people to go about buying condos, because it becomes extremely challenging to deal with those existing tenancies, effectively making it harder for people to get into homes that are looking to purchase. Okay, townhomes, we've seen a 16% increase in supply, a 10% increase in demand. Average prices are flat, so we've seen almost no increase or decrease in the average townhome price, sitting at $564,000. Days to sell has increased about 13% to 43 days. What are the considerations for this asset category? You know what? Townhouses are really the new first home for families. You know, we were lucky enough for decades here in central Vancouver Island, different than the mainland, where we could get into a house as our first home when houses were trading closer to that $500,000 average. Now the average townhouse is $564,000, so townhouses really are kind of the new first-time home for families. Okay, land, I'll touch on land, but it's really not that. We don't have a lot of data. So supply is up 2%, demand's up 18%. The average price is up an astounding 43% to $613,000. But we literally only had 46 land sales in all of the last 12 months. That's an increase from the 39 we had in the 12-month period last year. You know, if we put that into perspective, we had 965 single-family house sales, so really statistically significant data, with only 46 sales in the last 12 months for land. I wouldn't put any weight on these averages. I think the only real takeaway on land is that we've seen an increase in land sales, which tells me that maybe there's some optimism coming in from the developers that we're actually seeing some land sales. So that's, I think, overall good news and a positive sign for our market. So let me talk really quickly here about my predictions for 2025. Okay, rates are going to continue with their subtle decline. And I know a lot of you have been hearing rates are coming down. Oh my goodness, things are going to start flying off the shelves and it's going to be 2020 all over again. I really don't see that happening. Okay, I think demand's going to just remain steady, and that's good news. right? Steady demand, the tortoise wins the race, so to speak. Steady demand is good for market stability over the long term. Supply is actually, I believe, going to continue to see a subtle increase. Okay, so let me recap. Slight decrease in rates, steady demand, increase in supply. So the decreased rates and the increased supply are going to cancel each other out, in my opinion, which means flat growth. Okay, balanced markets are what we're really going to see in 2025. That's sort of a good news, bad news story. It's like good, fair for everybody, right? Sellers waiting for a feverish market and prices to increase. I think you're going to be disappointed. Buyers waiting for prices to drop and get into really affordable homes again. I think they're going to be equally disappointed. Okay, I think buyers and sellers following traditional real estate fundamentals, which means if you're a seller, you're listening to what the market has to say and responding accordingly, waiting for a magical increase in prices or a feverish increase in demand is going to be met with market resistance. Buyers, buying for the long term. Think 10 years perspective. If we think long term with real estate, it's really difficult to lose. Over a 10-year period, prices always go up. Over shorter durations, we can see them stay the same. We can see them go down. So traditional real estate fundamentals, and make sure you're working with an advisor that can guide you through it. This is a more challenging time to buy real estate when prices are shooting up where everybody wins. We need to make sure we're not making a mistake. When you make your money in real estate, this was told to me a long time ago, when you purchase it. You got to make sure you're getting a fair deal when you buy it, and that's how you can make money in the long term in real estate. So I'm John Cooper with John Cooper and Associates. If you're in the Nanaimo or Central Vancouver Island area and you're a homeowner trying to make a decision about what you should be doing to get your home ready to sell and what you think it's worth, I can help you. If you're a buyer and you're like, I don't know what to do. Should I be buying a house? Should I be buying a condo? Should I be waiting? Set up a buyer consult with us and we can really be helpful in you making those decisions and putting a plan together. Reach out through all of our social media channels or johncooper.ca, and I'll talk to you soon.